felt the wind blowing, we felt the room freeze. We saw the tall shadow standing over our knees. The panic was prompting us to bargain and plead, but the edge of the iron was the end of the breed. Yeah, we looked at the cloak and we shivered with dread, but we woke up alive on the side of the dead. When the Reaper took hold, the body went cold. The final perspective of the story is told. We saw the great pride in the power he packed. When he pulled back the curtain, there was no turning back. No longer afraid of the phantom we see. Yeah, the burden of the blade set the prisoners free. I was the first in the line, I was 90 and 9. My bones were like brittle wood, a broken design. I spent decades in decay, just decaying in bed with the pharmacy factory feeding my head. I was begging for the boundary, begging for the end, looking at the ceiling for a savior or friend. Then the temperature tumbled, the monitor whined, and I saw the black fabric of the master design. He didn't come with a curse, no, he came with a cure, and his touch on my forehead was peaceful and pure. I felt the stiffness slip away from my spine, like a glass of old water being turned into wine. I respect the responsibility he holds in his hand. He's the only one who offered me a place I could stand. For a man who was broken by the burden of age, the Reaper was the author turning over the page. When the Reaper took hold, the body went cold. The final perspective of the story is told. We saw the great pride in the power he packed. When he pulled back the curtain, there was no turning back. No longer afraid of the phantom we see. Yeah, the burden of the blade set the prisoners free. I was the king of the castle, the prince of the pound. I had $100 million buried deep in the ground. I tried to buy out the doctor, buy out the nurse. I tried to put a silver lining on a terminal curse. When the shadow stepped in, I was screaming out loud, offering my mansions and my corporate crowd. I said, take all the titles, just give me a year. But the look in his eyes was incredibly clear. He didn't care about the cash or the credit I carry. He was looking at the ledger that was heavy and scary. He leveled my loyalty, leveled my lust, and he reminded my money that it's nothing but dust. I took pride in my power till I met with the true. Now I see the grand design from a different view. He's a perfect professional, he can't be impressed, and I thank him for the therapy of letting me rest. Clocking the cash, but we couldn't buy time. Every single second was a steep up climb. When the shadow slipped in, it was a silent sign that our lease was expired on the dotted line. Yeah, our lease was expired on the dotted line. I was the little one sleeping, the clock on the wall was ticking so loud in the dark of the hall. I saw the big shadow come into my room, but it didn't feel scary like a monster of doom. He was tall as the trees, but his breathing was soft like the wind in the garden that carries aloft. I saw a big tear hit the edge of his steel, and I knew right away that his feelings were real. He was sorry to take me, I could tell by his face. He didn't want to drag me from my favorite place, so I reached out my hand and I touched on his bone, and I told him it's okay, I don't feel alone. He wrapped me up warm in the velvet and lace, and he carried me out of that hospital space. Yeah, we all thought he was the monster under the bed, the collector of the dead, the executioner in the hood. But we didn't understand the system, we didn't see the love inside the logic. He isn't the one who cuts the thread, he's just the one who catches us when we fall. Now we walk in a line through the valley of grace, no longer restricted by the time or the space. We are the spirits we gather, the old and the young, singing the verses that have never been sung. We see him go back to the world of the flesh, to start up the cycle and the harvest afresh. We see the heavy obligation he bears on his back, walking the lonely and the limitless track. Don't fear the grim keeper when he comes for your breath. He's the only true pilot pilot through the ocean of death. He took us all home to the place in the sky where the tears are all white and the wells are all dry. A guardian of grace in a terrifying gown. He's the one who helps us lay the heavy world down. We are standing in the light, we are finally free, and we're waiting at the gate for the rest of the breed. Yeah, we felt the raper take hold, and it wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. We're safe now. See you when your timer runs out.